A cruel and frightening narcissist can lose and submit to being your slave if you are able to do these 7 tactics. Going to court with a narcissist can be the best or the worst thing you do. Narcissists are good at convincing others that they are innocent, which makes it hard to find out the truth about them. To get ahead of them will take a lot of skill. It's important to know that they will always say that everything was your fault and that you messed everything up. Narcissists will try to tell others that the victim is to blame and that their life was perfect until the victim came along and ruined it. People are told by judges and juries that they can spot a narcissist from a mile away, but that's not always true. It can take a good lawyer, an angry victim, and a weak narcissist for a narcissist to be exposed in court. It is important to remember that court procedures are very intrusive and personal, so there is a good chance of beating a narcissist there. Relax and get a snack. This video will show you how to beat a narcissist in many different ways. First, don't respond to anything that the narcissist says in court. Even the nicest people sometimes find it hard to keep their mouths shut when they hear crazy things said about them. It is very important to stay cool and not get angry. When the narcissist says rude things, lawyers and other court officials stress how important it is to show the judge and jury that you can control your feelings. If you get angry, the judges might think you are the narcissist. People say that the best way to get rid of a narcissist in court is to show that you can take feedback and are aware of your flaws. On the other hand, you don't want to seem like you're not feeling anything. Finding a balance is important. Most of the time, lawyers will help and train the victim to keep a calm face and find the right times to show how sad they are to have to go through this pain. They know that the jury will watch how the other person acts to figure out who the real snob is. Narcissists sometimes have trouble keeping their feelings in check, and their tantrums have pushed people to the limit. The lawyers for the victim are trying to create this kind of narcissistic anger while showing the judges that the victim is really the victim in this case. 2. Have the lawyers ask questions that give hints. Narcissists don't want anyone to think of them as anything but perfect. That's where lawyers can really know how to beat a narcissist in court and ask the right interview questions for narcissists. Some of these questions might be: can the narcissistic spouse show concern for the kids? Or, they might ask if it's true that you haven't talked to your kids in 3 months. These kinds of tempting questions are meant to make the narcissist angry and put them in the spotlight. In a divorce, lawyers often know that these kinds of questions are the best way to beat a narcissist in court, so they ask questions about the kids to make the narcissist angry. They want to ask questions that contradict or don't fit with what they said before or what other witnesses said. Putting a narcissist's fault on the line is the best way to get rid of them in court. Lawyers want to show the judge and jury that the mess was caused by their ego, and that the victim really is the victim in this case. They also want to show, if there are children involved, how the parents' selfish behavior has hurt the kids. The lawyers are looking for people who act aggressively. They know that the judges will want to see proof that the person in question is a narcissist. Well, it can be hard to show things, and sometimes the right deposition questions are the only way to get the ball rolling. Third, write down everything. Evidence and paperwork are 2 things that really help lawyers figure out how to beat a narcissist in court. Lawyers want everything, from texts and emails to letters made to the victim. They want proof of any kind of abuse, whether it was verbal or physical. They are also looking for signs of trickery or gaslighting that have been proven. Sometimes the narcissist will try to get in touch with you outside of court, and lawyers stress how important it is to keep track of any contact that happens. Also, they stress how important it is to record phone calls. Sometimes, the narcissist will think so little of the victim that they won't even think to record their phone talks. If they think this way, they might call the target and threaten them or talk badly about them. They don't know that it could go against them. Lawyers are looking for any bad talk that will keep putting the narcissist in the spotlight. They also want the people who were hurt to understand how important witness accounts are. Most of the time, they know that at least one person has seen or heard the victim being abused, and it is important to keep track of what those people say. Another great way to beat a narcissist in court is to keep track of any attempts by their friends or family to get in touch with them. Sometimes the narcissist won't try to get in touch with you directly. Instead, they'll use a third party, and the lawyers will want to know their name and how they know the narcissist. By the way, if you've learned something new today, make sure to sign up. 4. Bring in friends or family who have seen the abuse. As was said earlier in the video, lawyers love to hear from people who are not in the case. They know that most of the time, at least one person has seen or heard the abuse, whether they heard phone calls, saw gaslighting, or saw marks on the victim's body. They know how important it is for those people to speak up in a court case. If they have any paperwork, pictures, marks, or texts between the narcissist and the victim, they want them to come forward and show what they have. Sometimes this much proof is enough for the victim to win. Narcissists might not know that other people know about their abuse, and bringing in other parties is a way to help bring down a narcissist in court by confusing them. Most of the time, narcissists don't like other people to have an opinion or get involved in their relationships. So most of the time, they will think it was just them and the victim the whole time. This is a way to frighten the ego and make them look weak. The fifth thing is this handling of silence. Narcissists like to be noticed. They also hate being ignored, or made to feel like they are not loved. This is why giving a narcissist the quiet treatment is the best way to get rid of them. This is the best strategy because it's something they love to use on people, but hate having used on them. It makes them want to know what you are thinking and whether or not you still love them. If you are thinking about them or telling other people about them, and you don't give in to their drama, it can make you feel bad and make you angry in a selfish way. The lawyers can help break down a narcissist by making them feel the same way they made you feel. They aren't used to not being in charge, and the quiet treatment makes them feel like they can't get what they want. Attention could make a person lash out. The narcissist will yell at the victim in court, or tell them that none of this would have happened if they had just listened to them, and not done what they were told. This will show that the narcissist is in charge of their relationship, and that the victim is telling the truth. 6. Show the court that you're done being picked on. Narcissists don't like to feel like other people are better than them. They don't like people who don't do what they say. As the victim, you show the court and the narcissist that you are done with them in court. When narcissists feel like they're losing control of a situation, they get angry. So losing their partner in front of a lot of people can hurt their sense of self-worth and make it hard for them to keep their cool. They don't feel as sure of themselves as they used to. When they see you getting more confident, they take advantage of you and make you bow down to them. When you show the judge and jury that you are in charge of fighting back, the narcissist's behavior changes. They can seem rude, chatty, and confused in the way they talk. Lawyers want you to know how to destroy a narcissist in court. They will show you what tones to use, what body language to show, and how to answer questions in the right way. 7th, see a doctor before going to court. You can really beat a narcissist if you go to a doctor ahead of time and talk to them about what has happened in the relationship. The therapist can say what they really think is going on at home in a fair and honest way. They will be able to tell the courts if the person is really a victim of narcissism and if they show signs and traits of long-term abuse. This can really help the case against the narcissist in court, because if the narcissist didn't expect the victim to talk to anyone, it can really throw them off. The narcissist will be taken back when an expert witness tells the judge and panel their professional opinion based on what they have heard about the narcissist and how they think they would have hurt the victim's life. This can help the lawyers make the narcissist look as bad as they can. And if you liked this video, check out these linked videos to see more, and make sure to leave a comment saying, "I subscribed," and we will personally reply to your comment.